time to continue to finish the ceiling I left halfway, to fix the sofa, the bed, to finish the floor, to show you what toilet I will install, but all in due time. Patience, now I need to find why the lights won't turn on, and I have a suspicion, I hope it's what I think, red here and negative, I think I need to ground it to the car chassis. That must be it. That was it. They turned on. I connected the positive here and the negative here and the lights turned on. So I'll continue to finish the ceiling to wrap up this job today so I can move on to the rest. And for the record, one light draws 8 watts and the other 8. Nothing, very little. Okay, at night we'll see how much light it gives. I might add some extra hidden lighting, but as main lighting it seems pretty good. I don't think I have enough wood. Actually, I won't have enough. For one, there's this gap left and I have 2 pieces of wood remaining. This one goes there, this one here, and I'm basically missing the one piece that needs to go in. Unbelievable.
I am missing one piece, unless I improvise with 2 small ones. I cut it exactly as I should have.
I had to do a crazy puzzle to manage to fit them because the pieces didn't quite work out and there was no other way. After a long time, I succeeded. I finished the ceiling too, and now in the coming days, I will continue with other tasks. It has produced a lot of humidity. I've packed up to leave, but I couldn't not show you how nice the lights look.
As you can see, I have finished the van ceiling.
Almost basically because it still needs varnishing and some touch-ups I've noticed. The weather was very good until a little while ago. Now clouds have rolled in, but I hope the rain won't catch me so I can do the work I want today, which is to perfect the floor. I've bought special material to put down, but first, as usual, let me empty all this out of the van again so I can then get to work. Hey! It echoes in here now. Until furniture and such are put in, we have an echo. I want to make some small repairs here on the ceiling. This piece of wood needs to be trimmed because I did not place it quite right. And underneath here, I need to add a brace so it is ready so I can then varnish it. And if I can finish the floor today, I will lay down what I bought, which is like parquet, a plastic material.
I want to take this out.
What I basically want to do is just sand down this little edge here so the wood fits exactly.
Let's see what we did. It came exactly from here.
Overall, I think it is much better than before, and now I think I am ready to move on to the floor because it would be good to finish the floor today so I do not have to deal with it so much anymore. First, I want to glue these spots and I got some wood glue. I have never used wood glue before. It is good to glue them before the floor goes on top, although the floor will come to tie everything together. I thought that since the floor needs to be glued later, it's not good to walk on it until it dries and I won't be able to do any other work, so I'll apply a varnish to the ceiling first. Let's see what we'll see now. How will the ceiling look with varnish? Basically, it's colorless. I'll just apply it for protection to make it shinier and so it doesn't absorb as much moisture. A good thing I wore gloves, otherwise I would have been a mess and I have to handle the camera too. The wood has already started to shine. It's starting to look really nice. The build is moving along slowly, but I really enjoy it when each task is completed and I fix any mistakes that might come up along the way. The whole ceiling is polished. It looks quite nice. We are storm, but clouds are coming. This is the flooring I got to put inside the van, which will turn out very nice, but I think it will be a bit difficult to cut because it is large and I do not know how I will be able to get the exact shape, but I believe I will manage. We've managed even more than this. It already looks different. Unfortunately, it's very cloudy and that scares me a bit in case the rain catches me. Nevertheless, I will continue and I'm at a good point. I've cut some basic details on the floor so I can take it out, apply glue and then put it back to stick. It gives a different feel inside. I chose to use this. It is PVC plastic and looks like wood. I mean, it has a wood color. It looks just like parquet. This way it won't get damp and I will be able to clean it very easily, even mop it if I want to. At first I got contact cement to glue it down, but when I bought this PVC flooring, they told me I should use Atlas floor adhesive. That's what it is called. Liquid magnetic floor adhesive. I have to spread the glue, and when its appearance changes from glossy to matte in about 20 minutes, I then lay the flooring on top and stick it down. I think I need to lay the floor now. I must manage to place it correctly before it sets. The truth is, this is my first time doing something like this, so I don't even know if I glued it well. I'm a bit worried. Still, I hope everything goes well and it sticks as it should. I hope it sticks well, because this floor cost about 60 euros plus 11 for the glue. Camera, 71. You can see where the pump was. If I need to cut it at some point, I will be able to find it easily. It is not that difficult, and with the wood, I am trying to remove any air left underneath. And since I have the glue open now, I think it is good to also put two pieces here, so I am finished with the floor, and then move on to the remaining pieces slowly. Then we go for the bed. Maybe when I turn the sofa into a bed where I can finally organize things in a row, I will go for my first official overnight stay in the new van, for which I have already decided on a name, but I will tell you soon. This should be from there and this from here. I want to glue it here so it does not show at all. It is basically magnetic glue from what I understood, because otherwise this floor could lift up and create large gaps underneath, whereas this way it is magnetic and it magnetizes it so it does not bubble up much. Since I finished everything here, I think it is a good time to secure the air exhaust for the diesel heater. This aluminum tape is very convenient for jobs like this, and here I can also add two small screws to keep it steady, something I had not noticed last time.
New day today.
Finally, the floor and the ceiling are ready, and I can move on to start building my sofa. The construction is progressing step by step, and I think I am at a pretty good point. I am generally satisfied. This needs to be covered with carpet so the metal doesn't show. I removed the plastic that was here to glue this on so it looks uniform, and I'm thinking of adding a piece of insulation underneath before putting the plastic back. This glue, by the way, is the worst for your hands but the best for sticking things properly. And the reason I put it on isn't for the insulation but to make it as soft as possible underneath. This needs to be screwed in here. This is the carpet I want to cover the metal with, and here is where I'm thinking of putting the sofa, which I'm thinking of starting today. I had two options, either build the sofa here or build it here so I can sit here. Each option has its pros and cons. I think what suits me best is for the sofa to be here, so I have the counter in front of me and I can be comfortable while I'm inside, sit at my laptop, cook, plus I'll have access to the back and be able to go in and out wherever I want, whereas if I put it here, I lose access to the back. I'll leave the carpet for a bit later to see how the sofa will be done here. I am thinking of having it go from here onwards, so this part can be enclosed with wood to serve as storage space as much as possible, and it will also act as a bench where you can set things down, and from there I'll be able to build the bed. A good job was done. I put a brace here to act as a brake, and it has stabilized. So once it is covered with wood and the top is on, it will be even sturdier. This can serve as a nightstand since the bed will be here, which I will start designing today. But before I get to that, I will start covering some parts here with carpet to see how easily it sticks. This is spray contact cement. I will use this to glue it. The carpet sticks well. Okay, when you don't see that cold sheet metal, the space becomes a bit warmer. I'm taking a break to eat my banana, and then I'll start building the bed frame because I don't have much wood with me. I need to see how many I will need so I can go get them in the coming days to finish it later. But I want to build the basic frame if I can with what I already have, to see what height it will be so I can sit without hitting my head and have enough space underneath to put the toilet, which you will see in this video, but you will see it towards the end because the bed must be made first so the toilet can fit underneath. And it is a special toilet. It will not be one of the classic ones that most people use, a chemical toilet. It will be something else. This will be the bed frame, these two pieces of wood which will be somewhere there. I must decide, however, how big the sofa will be, and then the rest will open up to become a bed. Although I'm thinking of making the bed about 85 to 90 centimeters, I'm thinking of not making it half and half, meaning I'll make this part 50. Because many times I might
not even need to open the bed and can sleep directly, and I thought that maybe it is better to use tongue and groove boards for the bed slats. I will also put one at the back. I will keep the 50 centimeter distance fixed. Unfortunately, I do not have as many pieces as I would like to finish even one part, but I will measure how many more I need to do this part and the rest, and I will go and get them. However, I can at least place these roughly to create a base. If it goes piece by piece, when it opens there will be a large gap, whereas if I use beams, when it opens the gap will be this. That is why it is better to use beams instead of tongue and groove. My mistake, although I will take them out and put in studs, and since the frame is done, I will also put one in the middle to keep it more stable, so I can then build the legs too. I know it doesn't look at all like this will be my bed, my sofa, but it will be something like this. I am cutting some larger studs. These are thicker. This is not like the ones I used to make the bed, which I will use as basis for the bed. I wish I had known that when I was building the cabinets. It fits perfectly. I really wonder sometimes how things work out so nicely. When I perfect it, I will also screw the bases to the floor, so this piece will be completely stable. And essentially now I need one here in the back and one over there. And as for bases, I am all set. I know that for you this might still look like nothing has been done, but for me it really is what I have been planning to do for so long now. These tongue and groove pieces, however, which are measured exactly at 50 centimeters, could go here to close off this part. I brought the mattress I had in the Clio van, and I just want to lay it out to see how it fits inside and how much space I will have above, because now I have made it just enough to fit the toilet underneath. The mattress will be something like this, and I will probably go for my first overnight stay with this mattress. I was really anxious about whether I would fit. It is a tight fit. I will go get wood in the next few days. I will also bring the toilet to test it out, and we will see how it goes. That is why I am taking it step by step to make it exactly tailored to my measurements and just how I want it. Today is a nice day, and as you can see, the car is really perhaps fuller than ever with things. There is a lot of work to be done, and the main job is to move forward with the bed, but in general there are quite a few other jobs too. First though, I have to unload the car, and here I have the toilet, and here I have new wood, which is to build the bed to finish it today. After a lot of thought, I have finally decided how I will make the bed. I will not use these slats here. I will tell you more about that later, but before I finish the bed, I want to take some measurements here to make a piece of wood for this spot to close it off. To place this brace here, I want to put another one here so that this is completely stabilized. Certainly, if I had better tools, if I had a workshop, I would do them much better. But even by hand, I'm doing the best I can. I cut it quite straight. Also, something I want to say is that these builds require many screws. When I say many, I mean many in various sizes. Because this thin plywood here, if I use the thick screw, it might split it right down the middle. Whereas now I have these thin ones. At first I thought about using just one piece, but that was my mistake, because then I realized things would fall out from underneath. So I cut another piece and filled it in here, and now it is all one space.
However, I also want to close this side with a piece of wood, ideally.
So now to get the design, I will use a piece of cardboard. It is closed here too, and over here I am thinking of making a small door that opens, but now I will move on to the bed, which needs to be finished, and what I have concluded is that ultimately tongue and groove boards are a wiser solution because they look more like bed slats than these do. I think the mattress will not sit very well on these. Of course, the tongue and groove boards leave a larger gap when it opens to become a bed, but I found some that if I cut them in half, I might be able to do the job. Essentially now when it opens, the gap it will leave will be this, which is definitely smaller than what it was. But now I have a lot of work because I have to cut many pieces to fill all of this.
this is how my sofa will look. Of course, there it once some passes, the wood needs a little sanding to make it smoother where it was cut, and then I will slowly start screwing them on to begin forming the sofa. Then I will see how to make the part that needs to open, which will pull out to complete the bed. It looks like I might be able to finish the bed today.
First I will go over them all with the coarse sandpaper, and then I will go over them with a finer one to polish them completely.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, we are interrupting our program here because I have something very important to tell you.
Besides taking a break to eat an apple so I can continue later, I want to ask you to subscribe to the channel to help me keep making videos like this, because I have seen that many of you who watch the videos have not subscribed. So subscribe now and like and write me in the comments various ideas for the van for future videos. I would really appreciate it.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away, and if you eat two, I do not know, and I want you to know that I really appreciate the messages you send me on Instagram telling me to keep going, that I inspire you, or that you get ideas. I'm truly very happy, and such messages and comments give me the strength to keep doing even more things, even more videos. Step by step I am moving forward here. Essentially I am screwing them in one by one, leaving some so they can be removed to expand where the bed will be. Finally I have somewhere to sit. From now on everything will fall into place. My sofa is almost ready. I don't know what you think of it. For me though, the look of the fan inside has changed a lot today. We keep moving forward. Now I need to see how to make it open, to put a piece here so that all of this can come out and be screwed on here. This is how it will open and turn into a bed. I will either make it stop somewhere or build it its own legs so it can stay in place. A piece of wood needs to go underneath here to connect the back parts. Last screw, and the time for the big test has arrived, which might need some adjustments, but anyway we will see.
3, 2, 1.
It is not screwed in properly and it is jamming.
I have now been forced to move all the wood 1 centimeter over to leave a small gap between them, because I had placed them too close, and as they were, they hit each other when opening, and I do not want that. I am screwing in the last one, and I think I can do the test now. That is as far as it goes. From here, maybe there can be a point to rest against the furniture. I want it to be as practical as possible so I can sit. Generally, I even fit to lie down when I am alone, because now that I will have a bigger van, I intend to take other people with me sometimes. When we want to sleep, we open this, snap, the pillow will fall into place. This will be my bed, so it opens quite easily and closes easily too. For now I won't get a mattress. I'll keep the one I had in the Clio van until things progress a bit and I see exactly what mattress I'll put in, because I can't use one that's too thick. It will be too high, and then when I sit I'll have an issue with the ceiling. But this one isn't too hard either.
So I want something firmer but at that thickness. I will see what I end up using.
I'll find something. If you have any ideas for a mattress that would be good, let me know. This is essentially the problem. The board needs to come and stick on top. I don't know if my idea will work, but it's worth a try. I think it's a very good hack. I put 3 little ropes, one here, and one here. The bed opens something like this. A base will go here. We will see that later. And when it needs to close, I basically want this to help me pull it through here. That is it. Ready? Today is a difficult day because it is windy, but it is also a beautiful day because today I will show you the toilet I will have in the van. But before I get to the toilet, before I get to showing you how the bed will be finished, I have a package from Car Parts Guru. The package is this one, Elastic.
Of course, I couldn't help myself and I opened it.
Here I have spray paint, which you will see what I will paint in a future video. And here I have something I really wanted. New suspension for the back of the van, because the van is loaded with weight, so new suspension needs to be installed since the previous ones are pretty much worn out, and if needed I will change the front ones later on. I have never changed suspensions before, and a friend told me it is not that hard, so it is time to change them. First I have to lift the car though. But there is one bolt here and another bolt back here. Also this part is to keep the car from hitting the spring, and it has dried out and fallen off. On the other side, from what I have noticed, it is not even there. I have ordered those two
so I can change them at some point. Time to take the suspension out though. There is no way they have ever been changed. It looks like the first bolt will come out. The nut has become one with the suspension. I managed to remove the top side. Now I have to see how easily the bottom one comes out, which is from the inside and is more difficult.
Guys, subscribe now. I don't think there is anyone else on Greek YouTube who works as hard on their videos.
Finally, do not do this at home. Asinta have been asked countless times in the comments where I find a toilet when I live in the car, and it does not take much thought to realize that generally when you live in a car, when you do van life, when you go camping, your first and best option is nature. It is the safest option, the cleanest, and it is what I prefer to when I am generally out in nature. If I am not in nature, you can find a restroom. There are many times I have come across public restrooms that were very clean, like for example at the Springs of Acheron. Early in the morning they were spotless, and other times I have come across them, like in Chania I found public toilets where I parked to stay. But honestly, many times when I want to stay in a city or somewhere else, not having a toilet is a bit of a problem. And now that I got a van, I decided to get a toilet too. Since I have the space to be more comfortable, I generally want to make the van as functional as possible. It won't be my first choice, but I want to have that option just in case it's needed. This company, Trellino, is from Germany, and they sent me this toilet, which is not a chemical one as many would expect. In general, I am of the opinion that van life does not really go well with chemical toilets. A chemical toilet needs a place to be emptied and chemicals to be added. It will also smell inside a closed space, and I think this is the best solution for me and the best choice. I got the small version so it fits where I want to place it, which I will show you later. It is currently unused, brand new in the box, and basically has one part in the front for liquids and one for solids. This one has a very clever design. In the front it has this part for liquids, and in the back it has a bucket where you put a bag and some compost soil, so it essentially mixes and doesn't smell. I am of the opinion that if it is not necessary, it is better to just tie the bag and throw it in the trash, but in an emergency, if you cannot do that at the moment, you put the lid on and it closes airtight so nothing smells inside the car, which is the most important thing. I told them to send me some extra items as well, like this one here for the front part. You put it here and plug the hole so it doesn't smell. And they also sent me extra bags, although you can use any small bags that fit, and a pack of soil. It's likely compost soil. I didn't open it to see. You can use any soil. It's not that hard to find. For me personally, this was the best solution out of all the ones I looked into. Now I have to show you where I will put it so it doesn't take up any space at all. Let me take these out first. I plan to put it down here. It fits perfectly so the cabinet can still open. I have measured it. This is what the kitchen unit will be. This is the only empty spot when the car is in sleep mode, which I will have converted for sleeping, which we will see in a bit how it is set up exactly, and the toilet can come out here without being in the way, and if it is in sofa mode, it can be here. You do your work, and if you're in a nice place, you even have a view. You finish up and it's ready right underneath, but now it's time to see how I'll turn the sofa into a bed. It will open up to about here so I can bring in the mattress. Later I will make another mattress that will be measured to be one piece for the sofa and one for the backrest. The backrest piece will then go in and complete the rest of the bed. That is how I built it. This 50 centimeters so that if I just want to lift one cushion and be able to sleep, I do not need to set up the bed at all, and you will understand what I mean. Oh, perfect. I don't know if I'll sleep with my head this way or that way. I think having the head that way is more comfortable, but this way is much better for leaning back when it's open and you have a view both ways. And if there are two people, one can lounge like this, the other like that, and you can talk. That was the video. Make sure you have subscribed to see the progress and how I will build the rest of the projects. There is still a lot of work and many details left to do on the van, but it is slowly moving forward. Until then, watch another video from this here.